people say, Mayor, you know, the city, you know, all kinds of stuff is going on, and the ribbon cutting, that's not doing anything. Well, you know what? This ribbon cutting today, it's doing something for the 130 families that moved into this building. This ribbon cutting is about the blood, sweat, and tears that went into providing this as an opportunity for those families in the first place, of this community that fought hard to ensure that this building was available to low-income individuals and families. This means something to the people who are working here every single day to make sure that there are also services and support necessary to ensure the success of the people living in this building. And it will be an incredible beacon of hope for, I know, the people who live here, who I've already met, but also the children who are growing up here and the community and what it all represents. And Luis, the best is yet to come.
I went to graduate school for environmental planning. And then I realized that environmental planning did not include a whole lot of people of color. So then I took no classes in environmental planning, and I ended up taking all my classes in community development. So my understanding of MEDA really started when I came to work at MEDA 25 years ago. And at that time, we were a staff of 4. We served about 100 people per year.
I came to work for MEDA because I had such a strong interest in business and accessing capital and putting loans together. They were working with small businesses, and that was one of my specialties. I was the first woman that was a director of MEDA, and that was an important thing to me and to several people in the community. They felt you couldn't do complete economic development without including housing, and that was one of the areas that we really needed to focus on at the time as well, but then again, we were still small.
We had no way of addressing families' needs because we were only a business development organization. So that's when we started thinking about how do we, one, work with businesses way ahead of them being threatened with eviction, and then also with families. How do we help families stay in the neighborhood? So then we expanded our housing services work. We then also became an affordable housing developer, right? It was not out of, oh, wouldn't it be great if we become an affordable housing developer? It became out of just kind of listening to people.
Oh, geez. It's hard to say what MEDA does best because it has changed so much, but what MEDA does best is its ability to change and adapt.
Our number of clients had gone from 100 a year to maybe like 800 or 1,000. And then we started talking about Promise Neighborhood. What could this Promise Neighborhood initiative do?
We saw Promise Neighborhoods as a huge opportunity to bring the community together around one goal, which was to make sure every child that goes to school in the mission or lives in the mission and their family can be successful and achieve the goals that they want to in life.
I was the Promise Neighborhood Director, which is a collaborative of 15 different agencies, community-based organizations, along with the school district and the city, and then families and parents all working together.
So we saw the Promise Neighborhoods funding come through the pipeline and just immediately saw an opportunity to connect with the schools, to connect with the early learning providers, some of whom we were already working with through our business development work.
So all of these different components of MEDA just combined to create this very unique community backbone agency that was meeting the needs of the community holistically.
And I think in the community, it was just excitement. Like everybody, there was a buzz. Everybody was really just seeing the vision of what could be possible. In the planning process, I heard people say that they had been waiting for this kind of initiative in the mission for a really long time.
And what we've seen over time is that the graduation rate has gone up, the kinder readiness rate has gone up. And then we saw that during the pandemic, the city relied on us to distribute millions of dollars in emergency resources at scale across the community. And we were able to do that because of all of this civic infrastructure that we've created, which is the connections and the trust between the different agencies within the community, but even more importantly, the connections and the trust that we built with the families in this community.
But MEDA will be transforming it into below market rate homeownership condos, 63 condos that will be specifically for educators in San Francisco. So it's a below market rate for sale project that we see that there's a need. It ties into our work with Mission Promise neighborhood in supporting education.
So I came to MEDA when community real estate team was just myself and our current chief real estate officer, Caroline Fang. And we started our work really with our RAD buildings, 5 buildings as partnership. And later on, it became looking into our new construction buildings. And afterwards, we also went into the work of the small sites program for preservation. And at this point, in 2023, we own 39 buildings.
At MEDA, we were very, very proud of the work that we've done to date. But we've done it in partnership. We've done it in partnership with our community organizations. We've done it in partnership with our financial institutions, with our philanthropic partners. They've been right there with us. And of course, we've been in the very, very strong partnership with the city of San Francisco. And together, we've been able to accomplish all of this. All of this. This has been our collective work together. But there's more work to be done. So we need that partnership to be present tonight. We need it to be present tomorrow and going forward.